Hello everyone, welcome to Officer.24/7. My name is Niharika Valia Bhatnagar and I'm with you with the area of ABFM. Okay, so what are we going to talk about today? We have talked about planning and today we'll be talking about another concept. Though I think today we'll be covering up the topic of MBO in detail, but yes, we're going to talk about another concept. The concept name is uh, SWOT or PESLE. Acha, these are basically environmental scanning areas. We have to go through the environment when it comes to the working there. And so technically, whatever environment we work in, we have to review that environment. How does the environment work? What are the pros? What are the cons? Are we getting a new opportunity out of it, or it's turning into a threat? For example, companies like Coke, they got a tough competition through Pepsi. In India, they got a very tough competition through Thumbs Up. So Thumbs Up was ultimately acquired. So what are we doing? The market doesn't remain the same. Microsoft ate up the market of IBM. Then Apple ate up the market of the Android phones as well. And then OnePlus ate up the market of Apple even. So technically, all these things had been working in such a manner where the market is something which is unbelievably dynamic. So SWOT and PEST talks about scanning that environment. Acha, everyone, first thing is the area of SWOT. SWOT is basically strength and weakness. Strength is the internal feeling of a person. Weakness is again an internal feeling. Strength is basically something which is my forte, and weakness is something which pulls me down in life. Then opportunity is an external thing. If I found an opportunity to take up a particular project. That's an opportunity. And if I am facing a problem, not able to do a particular project, that's a threat. So technically, we are focusing upon SWOT: strength, weakness, opportunity, as well as threat. Then we have the area of PESLE, everyone. SWOT is basically one of the acronyms. Second is PESLE. What do we include in PESLE, or in our book, they have also written it as PESL. Look at this. It says P for political. That means you study the political environment of the country. Then economical, the GDP, interest rate, inflation, they're all covered in this. Then sociological, that is the society, or the society norms, the traditions, culture, whatever we are talking about. Then we have the technological. Technological is based upon the dynamic in field of technology, and then we have legal, and then we have environmental. Legal, can we say, is related to the area of law, and the that would include the changes in the law. For example, the constitution had been changed, a few laws had been changed recently. So in 2013 they introduced the entire company law. The entire company law was changed from 1956 act to 2013 act, and changes in the environment altogether. Global warming has a different impact. All those organizations which are involved in apparels, they have to work towards it. And the fast fashion brands are also criticized as well because of their pollution that they are bringing up to the environment. And ultimately, because of the shift, that is becoming very difficult to look forward to this entire area. So technically, when we talk about the SWOT and PESLE, these two things are related to the area of studying the environment altogether, right? So here comes the first question. Acha, everyone, the question is related to the area of planning. If I talk about planning, how do we define it? What is the potential risk associated with excessive planning? When you are exclusively involved in a lot of planning thing, what will happen? First of all, if you are involved in a lot of planning, improved organizational efficiency, nahi, it will never increase the organizational efficiency. Basically, what will happen is you are just thinking, thinking, and thinking. Lack of time for plan implementation. You don't have the time to implement the plan. Then enhance adaptability and increase creativity. In this case, what's going to be the answer? The risk, potential risk, which is associated with excessive planning, is uh, the adaptability will go down, creativity will definitely go down because you are thinking too much, overthinking mode. So technically, if you are overthinking everything, you will not be implementing the plan. You'll be just still thinking about the plan. You're not working upon the fact that you are trying to resolve the things out of it. What may hinder adaptability in an organization? Well laid plans, continuous modification of plans, or middle and lower supervisors sticking to plans regardless of their effectiveness. And last is flexibility in the planning process. What may hinder adaptability in organization, everyone? What is it that will impact the adaptability? Basically, now you can have a problem when there is any resistance. Middle and lower level supervisors sticking to plans regardless of their effectiveness. This is something which we'll be considering here. So technically, resistance means that people do not want to go through change. Nobody likes change. It's just said that changes are good or something. But if you're working in a particular way now, you just don't like to work this way. That you don't want to go through those changes. Then, so technically, middle and lower level people, they just want ki, uh, whatever the plan has been made, we're not going to do anything. We just want the implementation of plan, and there is nothing else that we are changing altogether, right? Then now, next point. What is the planning process and its impact on creativity? But in the planning now, you do something called brainstorm. What do you mean by brainstorming, everyone? Under the area of brainstorming, you are giving a lot of time towards this area. Um, when we talk about the working upon the planning process now, it brings a situation where we're constantly thinking about what do we want, what do we don't want, what exactly the thing is. So we're going to do the brainstorming session. Then planning encourages creativity and innovation. Yeah, it really does. Planning stifles creative thoughts if they are not executed well. That is also true. If I make up a plan and the plan has a lot of loopholes, what will happen? The lack of creativity will ultimately na, create a situation where I don't feel like working on it. Planning has no impact on creativity. Planning has an impact. Planning is unrelated to innovation. Again, wrong. Creativity and innovation both are brought out with it. So, technically, it encourages the area, but always remember, but if plans are not implemented properly, they are if they're not executed well, they just impact your creativity level in a bad manner. Now, what is mentioned as a potential consequence of planning being an exercise against the change? It increases adaptability, improved operational dynamics, effective change management, or resistance to change. What will planning do, everyone? Potential consequence of planning being an exercise against the change. When we talk about planning, it is basically resistance to change. Normally, people don't like change, but that is why after you introduce the planning area, na, you also have to do the area of resistance to change can be linked with resistance to change can be linked with that people don't want to change at all. And whenever we want to bring changes, you will bring gradual over the period of time. You won't introduce like boom, this is the change and we are implementing. No, the change management would happen over the period of time. Okay? And you will introduce it in parts. Then now comes what is the role of operational goals in MBO. In terms of MBO, management by objectives, what are the operational goals? They hinder the accomplishment of the mission? No. They require micromanagement from managers. They serve multi-purpose, including mission accomplishment. They reduce employee participation. They increase the employee participation. So this one is definitely eliminated. And they hinder the accomplishment. If you know what your goal is, then you try to achieve it in a better way. So this is also wrong. Technically, the answer is C. It is basically something which helps in serving the multiple purposes. You are looking at your plan, you are trying to implement your things, and then you are trying to accomplish it. You know? Now, what is the key aspect of initial stages of MBO? Micromanaging things, brainstorming ideas for feasible goals, implementing rigid plans, or ignoring individual contributions. In terms of management by objectives, micromanaging is definitely a part of it, but I won't say this is the main thing. Brainstorming of the ideas, first of all, you will be analyzing the market itself to make up your goals. So, technically, the first thing is always to brainstorm or to give an extra time, extra effort for the feasibility goals. Okay? What is emphasized as essential in managing from an objective point of view? Ignoring individual employee performance, micromanaging tasks, monitoring performance and development of individual models, or focusing only on organizational goals. What is emphasized as essential? What is that particular thing which is super duper important when it comes to the objective? Employee performance is important. Micromanaging is though is there. Focusing on the organization goals, again, monitoring performance. The answer should be actually C there, because if you set up a goal, then you implement the points there where you try to uh, work upon those goals in a proper manner. In case there is any deviation, you will work upon the deviation, and ultimately what will you do? You will try to implement the corrective it is corrective action. So in this case the correct answer is C, everyone. Done. Next point, in the context of MBO, what is the purpose of continuous feedback? Always remember, feedbacks are super important. If the feedbacks aren't there, how will we work? It is done to increase the organization goals, to discourage employee empowerment, to track and improve employee actions, or to reduce goal specificity. What would be the answer, everyone? What is the purpose of continuous feedback? When we talk about continuous feedback, this is done so that you have real time information. Isn't it? As soon as I put money into the bank, I take money out of the bank. There is always a particular point where I get the information. Though this is not the correct answer even for the continuous feedback, because you don't get the every information, the bank charges that are deducted. You just get to know about it on your mail itself once they've started giving the invoice of those bank charges. No? So until unless this is there, there was no information, and the feedback forms are also provided so that people can actually come to know what exactly do they possess and what they don't. So technically it is done to track the and improve employee actions. For example, our attendance is basically saved through an app. Our login is done, log out is done. On the website we open the work, and they can see a lot of activity that we are going through, right? Then what is the limitation of MBO related to the organizational culture? I'm sorry. What would be the answer there, everyone? What is the limitation of MBO? MBO is given by Peter F. Drucker, right? The term is MBO, which is given by Peter F. trucker, who's known as the management guru. So what would be the answer, everyone? It emphasizes organization culture too much. It frequently disregards the existing culture. It encourages constant pressure, or it ignores the significance of the goal. The answer in this case would be it frequently disregards the existing culture. Basically, once you develop a particular organization goal, you are running towards it blindly. Obviously, that's what MBO talks about. No? Why do we set up a goal? Just to talk about it. कि अच्छा पता है we set up a goal. No, we are having a particular resolution and we want to work upon that resolution, isn't it? So, in this case, you are looking at that part. Acha, what is the potential problem which is associated with the over dependence on the MBO system? It increases the organizational goals, or acha, MBO gives that it lays down the foundation of doing the work. No? So technically, it increases the organization goals, discouragement of the positive impact, or enhanced employee empowerment, or improved professional growth. We are looking at the problem. One problem is there. Acha, everyone, there is too much of working and reporting towards the achievement of goal. What will happen? Too much of reporting is something which is terribly negative. We'll feel we don't want to work. You lose your freedom of working. There are certain organizations, they will always ask you whatever you did every single day. You give the entire information. So sometimes what happens is people get too much involved in what they have done throughout the day. They have to justify the entire work. What are they doing? What are the charges? What are the things that they have done? What is the revenue that they are earning? So there's a discouragement of the positive impact on the management concerns. They just don't have a positive impact on whatever these people are doing, which is definitely bad, isn't it? Now comes what is the key advantage of MBO? If I develop a specific goal, then I know what I want to do in the upcoming future. The moment I know what I want to do in future, rest everything is just baseless. That's what I feel. When you have set up a goal and you are totally glued towards that goal, then everything else is just fake. Is it's all something that I would say is something which is not important at all. So it discourages the proactive behavior, micromanaging the tasks, providing a means to determining the goals, and ignoring the accomplishment. One of the basic, bigger advantages, if you have a goal, you try to achieve it. If you don't set up a goal, there is nothing to go and achieve. So technically, in this case, the correct answer is going to be C only. Na? You have to run towards your goal. You develop a goal and then you run towards it. The time you don't run towards the goal, how will you achieve that goal? One of the realities, isn't it? Then, what is the essential for organization to achieve its goals? Increased paperwork, micromanagement, planning, or discouragement of proactive behavior. What is essential for an organization? What is it that is super important? If we talk about an organization, what is it that we need? If I talk about an organization, then what is super important is planning. Till the time we don't have a goal, what will we rush for? What is it that you'll try to achieve? Think about it. I keep on telling you that you have to do good, you have to do good. At one point of time, you're definitely going to come to me and ask me, ma'am, what is your definition of good? Till the time I don't understand what you're trying to say, how will I work towards it? So, first of all, the goal should be absolutely clear. Till the time the goal is not clear, whatever you are trying to achieve, you will not be able to achieve it. Isn't it? So that's one reality bite, right? Then, what might be the result of inflexibility associated with MBO? Inflexibility, we say it happens. If I said that my goal is to clear CIIB this year, so in this period itself, what if a major opportunity of bank promotion enters? What will I do? Shall I take up the bank promotion paper or shall I go for the CIP? And this happened with many of my bankers this year that they were during the period of my examination itself, that was the ABFM examination. There was a banker who had asked me that, ma'am, my bank promotion exam and my CI exam, CIIB exam is falling on the same date. So what should I do now? That is a true point. You have a specific goal, and that inflexibility to adjust the goal sometimes will not be good for you. So, what will it do? Will it decrease the workload, increase employee morale, uh, improved efficiency, or workers' lives becoming more and more difficult? If it is inflexible, it will become more difficult. Uh, there's a particular saying in Sanskrit. The Hindi meaning is फलदार पेड़ झुकते हैं. The one, the plant that bears fruit is always a little uh, bent. It is something because of the fruit it's bearing, obviously it gets heavier. And it is something that is more near to the ground, isn't it? While it's bearing so many fruits and all. And the plant which is absolutely getting drier, that particular tree is straight, right? That means their growth is limited. But the one which is bearing the fruit and is being flexible, that particular plant is going to do wonders. It's going to be helping so many other plants to grow with it. Right. So when we talk about this area, that is what people should be looking forward to. The goals should be clearly defined and they should be running towards achieving those goals. Right? Chaliye, that's it for the day, everyone. But before I end my session, let me tell you one thing. Let's look at our courses which you can take up right away. For that, what you need to do is check out our website or our app. Okay, so there it is. This is our website www.adda247.com. Go on to the area of CIB June 2024. You will find Mahapack as well as the Nishchay CIB June 24, which is the batch which is specifically for bilingual. And if you're English medium, then you can take up the Scholars batch or you can take up the CIB Mahapack batch. Or there is one more, everyone. Done. So what you need to do is look at this. This is what you will find. You can take up our CIB Mahapack 2.0 where you will get bilingual, English medium, past, present, future classes. Everything is covered under this. This Mahapack is available at maximum discount. You can use the code Y541 and where you were applying the particular courses, now you are getting 78% off, which is definitely a good number. If you are having the app, then you can get another 1% there. So then it would turn out to be 78% instead of 77%. So enroll yourself into the courses as early as possible and start studying for the CIB this year and clear it in this very attempt, everyone. So thank you so much for